Hello, it's Nan. I wanted to show you something that I created in my bag journal. I decided to make January a month where I would join a challenge, and I did, and I joined Meg Journal's challenge for January. It's called Junk Journal January 2023 if you'd like to go check her out. And I created this little envelope here. It's a page clip, and it's holding a hand letter that I've written to myself, which is part of the challenge for this day, which is number 19. And I was asked if I had a video on how I made this little envelope. So that's what we're going to be making today. I wanted to show you another one that I have here. It's a little different. This one here. And it is a page clip. And we're going to work on a few of those. I've already have some envelopes that I've made. These are from Book Pages, and today I'm going to be using a Hymnal Pages. So come on, let's get going and join me. Run through some of the items that I'm going to use. I did coffee dye some of the pages, which I'm going to be using these for today's video, but you do not have to coffee dye, and you can use just about any type of music paper, craft paper, 12 by 12 decorative paper. You can actually use a newspaper, anything that you want, but this is what I'm going to be working with today. Make sure you have on handy your scissors. If you do not have a cutter, you can rip the page with a ruler. I have distress ink, different types of glues. I have my corner punch. I have all kinds of, I have tulle, I have cheesecloth, I have all kinds of different types of ribbons and lace. I even have some burlap. I have faux stamps that I created. I have Bible verses here, some coffee dyed index card, some tags that I made actually out of a perfume bottle. So basically what I'm saying is you can decorate these as you wish. I have gem dots. I have all kinds of stickers here. Create it as you want to create it. Just have fun doing it and take your time and enjoy the process. I mean, I have a little lid here because that's where I keep my buttons, some of them. I saved a smoker's jar, so I like filling the jars with my buttons, paper clips, and all kind of little doodads. Make sure you have your paper clips. I already have some of the cards cut out for the backing of the envelope. So I have them cut out with different size paper clips depending on what you want to use. And let's get this ball rolling. Let's have some fun. Grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, and just enjoy yourself. I've chosen these two, one coffee dyed and one not coffee dyed, and I'm basically going to show you how to fold and tear the paper and create the actual envelope. And all you have to do is, and why do I have it upside down? Because then the words are going to be upright on the envelope when you make it. So you just take one end, you fold it up to the side of the page, take your ruler as such, and just tear. Save these. You want to use those in another project probably. So here we have your basic fold. I've already torn this one, and I can also show you that it's in a fold. And once you fold it, the words will show right side up. It's not necessary really because you're going to be decorating the envelope. So then what you do is you take one side. I'm using my fingers to hold this side because I don't want to pass the area that I want, and I'm not pressing down yet because I actually want to make sure that when I do fold down, this is going to look quite even from this end to this end. And depending on how far you go in or how far you go out, you can either have a tight fit or a more open fit. So see that? That's going to give me a larger opening, so more to fit in the envelope. And something I did not do was I did leave the extra portion in the back, because I thought this would be nice if you wanted to add a secret message in there, or maybe add some other stuff back there that the person, if you're giving this away or adding it to your book, you can add some other prettiness in the back to stick out, maybe flowers. It would be great. So I'm just doing the basics here, and then you can decorate your envelope as you wish. And I did use my glue. So what I'm going to do is just add a thin layer of glue here. I'm not adding much glue. If you don't sew, then I suggest you add a little more, so that your envelope does stick down. I'm going to be sewing the edges of some of mine, but not on these at the moment. I won't be using my sewing machine. Same procedure. Just add a little bit of glue, fold, bring it down to the edge. I had already folded this one, so I knew where I would be folding it ahead of time. And there we go. Now, as you can see, one is bigger than the other, and that's okay. You can make them whatever size you wish. That is up to you. I will always say that that's at your discretion, how you create your item. So this is the envelope I'm going to be working with, and I've just picked amongst the things that I have a few items. I'm not sure where it's going to go, so it'll be a surprise to me as much as to you. I'm planning to use this paper clip in this book that I have. I'm going to situate it. Okay, let me see if I can find the page that I was planning to put it in, right here. And I think I'm going to bring it from the top down. Plenty of space to either decorate here or do some writing. I also wanted to show you real quickly before I start the hymnal that I found. It was actually $2, copyright around 1994, so the papers are kind of brittle, so got to be careful when you coffee dye your papers. And there's a whole bunch. It's big. And not only when I finish using these, I can also use the book to create another journal. So let's see where I'm going to start with this. I am going to add a little bit of tulle inside. You don't need much, but I feel that tulle gives your projects a little more delicate look. So what I did was, and I hope I'm in frame, I folded it this way and then slipped it in. I don't do all my gluing right away because I know that sometimes you're going to have to shift things back and forth. So look how simple that is, and it makes it look very, very delicate. You can pull, you can push, and just add it exactly how you want to. So what I did want to add in there was one of the Bible texts, and I did pull out my Aleenes Tacky Glue. Unfortunately, I have to use some of this. The doctor said that there's some stuff inside the glue. I'm not sure what it's called, and it's found in items that you wear in your clothing, just about everywhere that I'm allergic to. Who would have thought? After all these years, I'm allergic to glue. And to think, when I was in elementary school, I used to eat it. I don't know, there had to be some kind of deficiency. I found it pleasurable in my art class to eat my glue paste. Okay, I'm going to add this tag in there, but I don't know if I want to add something right here, which you can actually use a piece of that same paper. Let's see, is there somewhere I'd rather cut? Just glue some of that right onto there, and they can write on it if they wish to, or you can write on it. I'm not sure why I keep saying they. I guess it's because I'm always gifting something. And then you can glue that right onto there. Let's cut that down a little bit more on the side. I guess the more you add, the prettier your items look. Just have fun with it. You can also sew around this. You can also add a ribbon there. So let's, you know what? Let's pull a piece of this yellow ribbon, and I will add it to the top of that. Just fold it in half. I like to twist it so it goes through easier. Pull it through. Take the front, pull it through there, and there it is. You're adding a lot more to your work. So you take your tag and you add it in there too. You can also add the tag behind the verse. I happen to put it in the front. And then as you can see, I'm pulling on the tool a little bit so that it comes out up on the top. Okay, what else can I add to that to beautify this little envelope? I have my lacy ribbon here, which I'm going to cut over here, and I'm going to actually pull on the edges to fray it carefully, not too much. You don't want to take it apart, so I'm going to add that right across the front. So just slide your glue across your paper and spread that a little bit, and press down on it. And I have a sticker here that I like, that I am going to add to it. I did forget something, so you know what? I'm not done yet, and sometimes that happens, but I'm good, I'm okay, we're okay. So what I wanted to do with this washi was flip it, put it down in this direction. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Boo-boo fixed. Mayhem and mishap may happen sometimes, but there's always a way to fix it. Okay, so we're going to wrap that around the envelope. And then I am going to put my beautiful lace right in front, which still has plenty of glue on it. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then, just so that my sticker does not come off, I'm going to add a little dab of glue right in the center. And I'm going to add that butterfly. Should I add it at an angle? I think I will. That looks prettier at an angle. Okay. And something about the way I have this in here I do not like. So can I pull it out without destroying anything? Yes, I can. So all I have to do is push the tool right back in. Sometimes things like this happen. I'm real about not everything is always perfect when you're creating it. I mean, I can go back, edit, and redo it. I mean, life's hacks. So then I will put it in the front because I don't want that verse covered. Be gentle, be patient, be kind with your project. It'll work for you. Look at that, how beautiful that is. Do I want to add a gem dot on this? Let's see. Can I add it right on top of him? Or can I add it over here? Or here? Maybe I will leave as is for now because I think this is very pretty. And I'll show you how it looks on the page. So now what we want to do is put the backing on. And I don't need a, well, I think I will use a, let me see which one fits better in the back. I want it coming from the top down. It does not have to be the same size as the page here. I know I created a bigger one here for that. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, so now just add that tacky glue on your card. Make sure you got the corners so they stick down. And I also made sure that I covered the paper clip. Okay. Now I'm using a sturdier type of cardboard here to go on there. And press down on the edges in the middle so that stays down. I think this is great. On your tag you can add a message. Maybe I can add a little flower there also. Let's see. It looks too empty. I think I want to add a little tiny flower on there, if I can find one here. Small little flower on that tag. As such, look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. One down. How many more to go? And this will stay, believe me. Just gotta let it dry a little bit, but for the sake of the video, I want to put it in the book so you can see how it looks. Gorgeous. And let's place that in my book where I want it. I can put it on this side if I want to, or I can add it on, well, I have something there. Maybe there's another page I can add it on. Oh, that's pretty. I can add it on this page. There we go. Is that not gorgeous? Love it. You could do it to the side, of course, because if you don't want it to pop out too much from on the top of the book, you can use a side clip and then just put it on the side here. That is beautiful. I love it. Okay, let's move on to the next one. For this one, I've already also chosen some things that I might want to use to decorate this little pocket envelope. And also these envelopes, if you want to, you can bring this down in the front and create an actual envelope with it. So you get two different types for one piece of paper, which is great. And also here, it's not glued in here. So if you choose to, you can go ahead and add something inside these little tucks. There's one here, there's one there, one here, and here. So, but for this one, I'm not going to do that. I've got my distress ink, so I do want to add some around the envelope, a little more. Love it. How many of you remember Go Tell It on the Mountain? I remember that as a child. There was this elderly man, his name was Raymond. Hoping to see him someday up there. Someday soon. And at his church, the church he used to take us to, he would come pretty far to pick us up. He would, at his church, that's where I learned Go Tell It on the Mountain. Lost touch with him eventually, so that's why I say someday I will see him in heaven. So let me see, where do we begin? I'm going to add this card first. I'm not going to add a lot of glue, like I said, because I might want to shift things back and forth. So I'm going to add that first. I'm working with a small space, so I have things here, 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 and there. And everywhere. Okay, I'm working with Psalm 118. Let me read what that says. The Lord is my strength and my song. Yes, He is. Jesus is the lover of my soul. And I'm going to add one of these flowers in the back. See how easy it is when the glue is wet for you to move things around? I'm going to add this one here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this one over just a tiny bit. It's already looking great, and there's not much in there yet. So I'm going to add this one right in back of this one, but this one's going to slide down a little further. There we go. Might cover it a little bit, but you can still see the psalm there and look it up if you want to. Okay, I did want to add a leaf in there. And I had planned to put it right here. Okay, so I'm going to have to pull this one up a little bit more. There we go. And move and shift, move and shift. It'll work for you, don't worry. Okay. And for this one, I chose not to put the cheesecloth inside. I'm actually going to put it in the front. And I'm also going to add this little tag in there. And you can add quite a bit in there. And it's just going to make it look a lot prettier. Okay, something's getting, okay. So I'm seeing here that this one here, that's why I don't glue everything down right away, is in the way. So I put it on the inside instead of in the back. Oh, back of this one. There we go. That's where I want it. Perfect. Okay, so then this is going to go right in front of that flower. For some reason it's... Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. It's working. Push this down just a little bit and this one back up. Little push and pull, little tug. It'll work. It'll work, it'll work, it'll work. Look at that. Very pretty. Simple. You can write something else on there if you want to. Or sometimes the pretties are just on there for aesthetics. So I'm going to put another piece of lace in the front. Okay. There we go. And this time I'm going to add the tulle right in front of that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, it's not tulle, cheesecloth, sorry, cheesecloth. Yep. We fumble at times too with what we're going to say. Okay, that's going to go right there. I'm just pinching it in the middle and spreading it out on the sides. If you want to cut it down, you can cut it down. If you want to leave as is, you can do that also. Oops. Tacky glue. I'm going to have to make sure I wash my hands after this. Okay. And if there's too much, grab your scissor and give this a little snip and cut it down to size. And then again, all you have to do is pull on it to make it look frayed on the edges. Okay, do the same on this side. And then just pull it. You can pull on the ribbon, you can pull on the cheesecloth. Everything will get shifted in the direction that you want it to go. Nice. If you find there's a little too much hanging out, just cut as you want it to look. And then I'm going to place a flower right in the middle, like this. Oh, that is nice. That is very nice. I love these little pockets, envelope pockets. Then I am going to add a little gem dot in the middle. Added some glue so that it does not come off. And there it is. The Lord is my salvation and my song. The song that lives perpetually in my heart. Now we will continue by adding more glue here. You heard that? That was my garage door. Okay, so it's going to go in this way. So, as such. Okay. That is gorgeous. So, we have 1, 2, 3, and I'm not finished yet. For this one I have chosen a theme. As you can see, for next month I just wanted to create this one with some hearts on it. So let's see where this one's going to go. Again, I'd like to distress the outer part of my envelope. Okay. And let's start adding inside. And I'm not going to add any cheesecloth or tulle into this one, so I'm just going to start adding my pieces onto the envelope. I'm going to start with, let's see. Let's put the Queen of Hearts right there. Then what I want to do is I'm going to take this piece and add it in the back here. Let's see if I can put it in as I envisioned it. Okay. So then she's going to have to come down just a tiny bit. And if I put this one in there, I want to do it so that I do not cover that much. It's just peeking out from the top. Those that use guest checks know what that is. And at an angle, there we go. I'm going to use some of this tape across the front. Okay, there's a reason for that. And I'm going to add this heart right here. You can still see the red peeking out. Maybe I should do it this way, but I wanted it at an angle here. And then the white one here at an angle. Just enough so you can see them peeking through. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to wrap this ribbon around the front, but I'm not going to tie it in a knot. I'm going to leave it like this. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the tag right in there, because that's how I want it. And then I'm going to put this here, like that. Let me see if I can do this. I have to hold on to it because I don't want to. I want to get it in the right spot. That's why I didn't glue these pieces down first. So, okay. This here is going to have to come up instead of at an angle. There we go. And then all I have to do is let that go. I have it where I want it. It may shift a little bit. That's okay. These are peeking out. Maybe over a little more. There we go. Then I'm going to tie the ribbon in the front. And I will add the glue there. Hold it down so it stays down. Give it a second. But as you can see, it looks really nice. Nice little touch to a Valentine's Day journal. And then what else? I'm going to add a dab here, which is going to hold it down so that the sticker stays. Come on. So that the sticker stays in place. There we go. I feel like I'm operating on something. Okay, so I can move the ribbon up. And as you can see, I put the tape behind, so it just gives that little subtle sort of peeking through color. Just some nice subtleness. Add more glue behind that. A little more glue behind this so it stays in place. And then what you can do is cut this one down a little more since it's way longer than the other one. Cut it down a little bit. Oh, I think it's too pointy there. So I'm going to cut it like that. There we go. Is that not pretty? Yes, I love it. Add a little more glue in the back so it stays in place. That will not move with that glue. Okay. And now all we have to do is add our back piece. Add a little glue in there. Oh, I think that is so pretty. You can send it to someone if you want to. Add it to your book. So I am going to put it in. Just want to slide in this direction on a page. So you can just create 100 of these and just keep decorating them and make as many as you want. Keep them in your stash. Add them to Happy Mail. Add them to all kinds of things. You can put this in as a bookmark for a book for someone. Okay, so we're going in this way, so it has to be like that. And that will stay on there. And that is the last of these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous little pockets, which you can keep creating so many. I've cut out so many already that I'll be working on. And that is it. There's one you can add to a Valentine's Day book. There's another. And of course, there's always your favorites. And you can pick and choose. Let me bring it closer so you can see. Thank you for joining me. Have a good one. God bless you. See you next time. Bye-bye.